Coming up in this video, have you ever been so scared that you can feel it all the way down in your stomach? Well, you're about to be. These are the 30 scary videos that'll make your stomach hurt. Number 30, waterspout tornado. A unique event occurred at noon at Fort Myers Beach as the skies above darkened. Published by 10 Tampa Bay in March of 2022, just offshore, a waterspout takes flight. A waterspout is a funnel-shaped column of mist-in air that forms above the sea, linking the sea to the sky. When the column washes ashore, it usually becomes a low-end tornado. Still, it has the power to throw around debris, trash cans, strollers, and other beach items, as it does in this video. When the waterspout arrives at the beach, beachgoers begin to panic, running away from the shore. The waterspout turned tornado twists rapidly their way. No injuries or casualties were reported, and only minor damage occurred. Number 29, elevated. Ever wonder what it would be like to have the elevator you're in free fall? Published by Paul Kinchelow in October of 2013. You're about to find out. The scary video shows the area below an elevator. An open door reveals a heavy cord hanging down. Everything is silent. Then the lift suddenly comes falling down. The elevator blows past the doorway, ramming into the ground below. It collides so hard the elevator's ceiling tile pops off and hangs there. It looks like it fell from only a floor or two. Imagine the impact when falling from the 102nd floor of the Empire State Building. Number 28, inches from shark. While fishing in the Florida Keys, this fishaholic found himself inches from a shark encounter. Published by Fishaholic Fishing in March of 2021. The GoPro footage of this fishing trip turned up more than one fisherman expected. The man is on the ocean in a kayak, reeling a catch in, when he realizes he bit off more than he could chew. A shark that looks like it could be a great white butts up against his kayak, causing a splash and scarring the fisherman enough to call it a day.
Got him out. Oh my gosh! Holy sh**! Oh my! What? We gotta break this off. Oh my!
Although incidents like this in the Florida Keys are rare, there have been a few non-fatal shark incidents in recent years. 75 Nova Guy noted in the comments, I honestly don't know if I could have kept fishing. Every time I'd go to grab a fish from the water, I'd imagine that shark getting the fish and my arm.
All right, holy! Excuse my French, that was just insane. What a crazy, sporadic little bite the last 15 minutes we've been getting onto. A big tarpon, then we got the jack, like a nicer size, another nice tarpon, then the grouper, and then a freaking shark.
Number 27, the lurker. A group of friends are enjoying their time in an outdoor pool when an uninvited guest watches from afar. Posted to TikTok by Paranormal Itty, this scary video captures a lurker doing what they do best, lurking just out of sight. The shadow figure stands a couple of dozen feet away from the group. It watches them in silence until one of the party notices the mysterious figure and points it out to the rest of the group. The figure then turns quickly around and races off. You think that's the end of it, but when the group returns to playing around, you can see the figure lurking back into view on the right. The figure runs back around to the left before being spotted again by a member of the group. Once sighted, it runs off out of sight yet again. Who is this figure, and why is she watching them? Number 26, home invasion. Humans are by far the scariest creatures on our planet. Published by CBS New York in February of 2022. A very scary incident was caught on camera in Coney Island. The masked suspects were seen chasing after a resident before his apartment door closed and forcing their way in. One of the men was wearing a backpack, while the other grabbed a cardboard box from the ground before entering the resident's home. The resident was then zip-tied, harmed, and threatened with a kitchen blade. One of the men can be seen in the video opening the fridge, perhaps for a snack after his horrific actions. Reports state that the suspects made off with 2 watches, while the resident was thankfully not seriously hurt. Number 25, Bear Day. This black bear is famished. Published by Scott B. in August of 2014. A New Jersey family discovered the wild animal wandering around their driveway.
When the police see that the bear's gonna get in the garage, move the camera a little bit. Okay, right there.
Yeah, we're gonna need this video for our homeowner's insurance.
Sniffing at the ground, the bear reaches his paw under the garage door and lifts it effortlessly. He lets it fall back down. As the woman who's filming the video and her kids all watch, one of the kids in the car says he wants to pet the bear.
He's looking for a way to push it over.
Take a screenshot of it. Scary.
Holy
Look! Look!
The bear lifts the garage door again, and this time he dumps the garbage can onto the driveway to grab a snack. He digs through, ignoring the car horn beeping away.
No! He just cleaned it!
By his mouth!
Should I just beep the horn?
Yes.
No! Come on!
Beep.
Oh my god!
The woman finally says she's going to call the police. Let's just hope this hungry bear didn't get arrested.
Oh, come on! Oh, Lord. Alright, I'm calling the police. I'm
Number 24, Ghost at Car. Is this ghost an illusion? This scary video has my imagination running wild. The simple video shows a half-open window. As the camera looks out on the cars parked below, there appears to be no one there, until the camera shifts to the side with the window pane. A figure in white suddenly appears to be sitting against the rear bumper of the red car. When the camera moves again, the figure vanishes. Moving right again, the figure reappears. Is this a magic trick, a ghost, or just an illusion? Number 22, Watching You. Be careful what may be watching you from afar. Posted to the oddly terrifying subreddit by Mr. Lazy Tiger. The City Museum of Ljubljana, Slovenia, is home to a painting whose eyes are on you. Some paintings give the illusion that the portrait's eyes are following you. The Mona Lisa, for example. But this portrait is different. You don't have to move and be followed. These eyes are roaming around the room on their own. Although I couldn't find further information about this painting, the Redditor says in the comments that no one is standing behind it. The painting features a built-in mechanism with fake eyes. Redditor Azro Mafasto adds, "It's in Slovenia, but the artist was from Estonia. It sure looks like it." Number 21, Visiting Earth. Is this video proof of extraterrestrial life? Published by Vault of Fear in June of 2013, the clip does seem to suggest there's life out there. According to the uploader, the mysterious footage was filmed in the Rendlesham Forest, a site that is known for one of the most famous unidentified flying object sightings in the UK. Located between the military bases of RAF Bentwater and RAF Woodbridge, the forest is known to be a hotbed for paranormal happenings, including ghost lights and other mysterious phenomena. The footage shows a diamond-shaped unidentified aircraft hovering above the ground. Its surface is reflective. The cameraman inspects it on all signs, crouching down to see its hard-edged shape from another angle. Then suddenly the flying object shoots off and the camera shuts down.
Holy sh**!
Where did it fly and to whom does it belong? Well, some skeptics in the comments believe it's CGI. Others claim to have seen a similar object with the exact same reflective surface. What do you think? Real or fake? Number 20. Demon Ballerina. This demon should be dancing in the fiery depths below. Published by Kiso Weba in March of 2022, but originally published by Aldo's World TV. An uncanny ballerina was captured on camera dancing in the darkness while exploring a haunted site in Canada. The crew from Aldo's World TV notices flickering lights at the Dairy Queen and then comes across a mysterious basket in the middle of the road. The woven basket has nothing inside, but as the cameraman is remarking, "What a strange night it's been," he swings his camera around and this mysterious woman is spotted standing in the darkness.
This is so freaking weird. Guys, this is literally the weirdest night ever. Like, so far, this Dairy Queen has been absolutely going crazy. Like, the lights are flickering and stuff like that.
Dressed in a short white dress, we catch a glimpse of the stranger in the shadows. Then the crew spots her too. The camera stays on her as the woman creepily walks sideways like a broken-legged ballerina. She moves around the corner and out of sight, but a second sighting of the woman captures not only her dance, but her singing voice too, as she sings the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Bro, that's the thing. Hello? We're not afraid of you. Yo, that's the thing, bro. That's the freaking thing. Bro, what is it doing? It's literally just standing there.
She's again posed in the darkness. They get closer and she's leaning awkwardly. A close-up reveals that she's holding a cane. What is this woman and what is she doing? Do you want to dance with her?
We are not afraid of you. I am not afraid of you. Oh my god, bro, what the Did you see how I was walking?
Number 19. Collateral damage. This man's parents' apartment is haunted by poltergeists. Published by Gotico Alex 2 in June of 2017. The uploader thinks that the spirits are aware of being caught on camera. Here he shows the aftermath of what he calls a hurricane in his home. The spirits turned over many expensive electronics and other large furniture, including televisions, shelves, chairs, tables, microwaves, and more.
Твою мать.
What could have caused this but pure evil? Gotico Alex writes, I managed to see who is hiding behind the screen of lawlessness, and he ain't seen nothing yet. Number 18. Change of heart. What must be going through your mind when you're about to break into a neighborhood home and you suddenly have a change of heart? Posted by Christopher John. This suspect experienced an epiphany while scouting out a pensioner's home. The home security footage captured the hooded man with a flashlight outside the 76-year-old's house at around 1:30 in the morning. The suspect approaches the front door. There he spots the woman's security camera, which stops him frozen. He shines his flashlight on the camera's lens, likely trying to block its view of him. The CCTV camera had been installed not long before this incident, and the woman's son believes if it hadn't been there, the suspected burglar would have gone ahead with his plan. He said he posted the video to raise awareness of increased incidents like this made in their small town. The countryside village is reputed to be quiet and secure, which makes this alleged attempted invasion all the more shocking. Number 17. Floating food. A mysterious incident occurred in a small shop in the UK. Published by Vivat 6205 in July of 2013. This shop attendant better watch his back. The short CCTV footage shows a product on the shelf behind him floating out from its spot to hang into thin air. It stays there midair while another product on the opposite shelf falls from its spot. The man hears it and turns to look, and the floating object too falls to the ground. But don't worry, the world isn't ending.
Where'd this thing?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what is that?
It's just floating, I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that looks like a poltergeist or something like that. You know the thing, you know what I hear about?
The uploader explains in the comments that this is CCTV footage capturing paranormal activity in a Whitstable shop. This was the first glimpse of a new show, The Happenings, on Watch Channel. The Happenings is a British show in which a pair of illusionists attempt to fool unsuspecting residents around the UK and the US by making the unbelievable believable. So it appears this incident is nothing more than a TV promo. Talk about a disappointing conclusion to this story. Number 16. Haunted Girl. If you're told that this space is haunted, you'd better believe it. Published by Chris Ramirez in December of 2014. This guy was told that by many, but he doubted it, and now he finds himself regretting his decision to spend the night there. Talking to the camera from a boiler room fitted with a toilet, the cameraman says that he's been hearing stuff all night. He casts the camera back and forth around the room and lands on a dollhouse. He says he saw a little girl over there.
Last time I seen the little girl, she was over there behind that little dollhouse, man.
Walking over to check behind the dollhouse, he says there's nothing there now. He scans the room again. A shadow figure appears to be standing in the corner, but he doesn't acknowledge it. And when he turns all the way back around to look at his spot in the light, he sees this. The girl is there after all.
Dude, I'm scared as man. I'm scared. Holy.
Number 15. Not a cow. A cow in the forest? Not the strangest idea, but it could happen. However, this is, in fact, not a cow. Posted to TikTok by Strange Creatures Talk, this TikToker spotted something in the depths of the forest that he thought could be cattle gone astray.
Is that a cow? What is that?
But once it moved closer, he realized it was not. The pale humanoid creature creeps up on him and then darts out from behind a tree, launching toward him. This causes the guy to scream out, turn around, and run for his life. Well, I'm certain that was not a cow. I have no idea what it was. What do you think it could be? Number 14. Parking garage incident. When you see that thing out of the corner of your eye, you may not be imagining things. This scary video was captured in a parking garage around 5 p.m. in November of 2012. The CCTV footage shows a man with grocery bags walking toward his vehicle. As he sets the bags down behind his car to open the trunk, something airborne shoots past so fast and with such power that it sets off all of the car alarms in the garage. A second watch reveals the figure is in all black and caped. The man seems to see it but just misses getting a good look. Who is this, the new Batman? Or do we have a supervillain on our hands? Number 13. Closing time. Ghosts can catch you off guard. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit by 123Darla. That's what this one did in footage filmed at the Redditor's cousin's house. The scary video shows the door shut all on its own, but it's not just that it shuts, it's how it shuts. The door pulls slowly to a close, but when it's open just a crack, it hesitates, then pulls open a bit before slamming shut. According to the Redditor, this had been happening to her cousin for a few days, which is why they were recording. Some in the comments think it might have been caused by a pressure change in the house. Others think it's obviously paranormal activity. What side are you on? I think either way we're witnessing something mysterious here. Number 12, hide and seek. Never play hide and seek with a jinn. Published in November of 2021. This game is about to get 100 times scarier. The first time Harith seeks the jinn is on the rooftop of this abandoned building. He spots him hiding just beyond a concrete block in the middle of the roof. He speaks to the jinn and puts his spotlight on him.
Ya Allah you. يلعن تبا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله.
The jinn appears to be hunched over. We cannot see its face. He stays still there for a long time before moving quietly back into the darkness and out of sight. When Harith runs over to the staircase into which it disappeared, he finds it empty. Later, the jinn creeps back into view, a little too close for comfort. What would you do if this mythological creature was so near you? You should probably hide. He's coming to seek your soul.
لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هيو 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 يا عفو الله. يا عفو الله.
Number 11, Ghost in the Bedroom. A woman was filming a house inspection when she discovered more than mold. Published by Ghostly in June of 2020. The woman captured a lady dressed in white on video. The ghostly sighting is spotted hovering in one of the home's bedrooms. The figure can be seen as the woman enters and moves toward a sunlit living room. The ghost lady is your regular horror trope. White dress, long dark hair, standing abnormally still and upright. Is this house haunted? Buyer beware. Number 10, Poltergeist Throwdown. When you share your home with a poltergeist, you must remain on high alert. Published by Oleg Petrov in June of 2015. Oleg hears something in the kitchen and grabs his camera to check it out. He slowly and quietly enters the room. Nothing at all seems out of place. But just when you start to think that the only scary thing about this kitchen is how clean it is, one of the chairs tucked beneath the table scrapes back towards Oleg loudly. Does the spirit want Oleg to pull up a seat? Maybe he should listen. Number 9, Possessed. Demonic possession ruins the party again. Published by Bobby Wagaman in April of 2016. This creepy video starts benign, but ends malignant. Bobby says he's hearing strange noises from his roommate's room and he's wondering what to do. He's hanging with his friends when he starts hearing bangs and some terrifying screeching.
Okay. What the? Oh my! What the? Yo!
They enter the hallway and something is seen on the floor outside of his roommate's room, but it's not clear what it is. The screeching continues. They return to their room and hold the door slightly ajar to see what's happening. One of the groups says they have to help and re-enters the hallway, but only for a moment. They dive back into the room and suggest calling the cops, but one of the group again returns to the hallway, and this time you can see who is making that demonic noise. A man is writhing on the ground, half in the bathroom. They shout at him and he turns over and screams, red-faced and convulsing.
Yo. Yo, get the
DJ, are you okay, dude? DJ!
I think my friend's...
Some in the comments theorize maybe he was seriously sleep deprived rather than possessed, but others are sold on this being a true possession. Spirit Girl points out the demonic speak beneath everyone's voices.
T.
Yo. Yo, get
DJ, are you okay, dude? DJ!
What is it saying? And do we really want to know? I can't imagine it's anything short of terrifying. Number 8, someone's home. This Redditor is pleading for serious answers only. After finding this video following a motion detection notification, posted to the Paranormal Evidence subreddit by Salty Devushka, the pet spy cam video shows her lit living room. One of the Redditor's dogs is seen in the room minding his own business, Behind him is what the Redditor's looking at. A door that's hanging ajar at first swings slowly closed. Still hanging slightly ajar, it closes further until nearly shut. As it does, a strange distortion occurs around the gap in the doorway. Many in the comments are flabbergasted by the distortion. They also note that the dog definitely heard something in that moment as he looked up toward the door. The Redditor notes in the comments that this door leads to the laundry room. They weren't home at the time and there is no air circulation in the home that would cause this. She also says this is the only video she's seen from her home security footage with that type of distortion in it. Could this truly be a visitor from beyond? Whatever it may be, group consensus is that this video is 100% creepy. Number 7. Pale Shadow Figure. This abandoned Blacksmith's Arms has a misty occupant. Published by Nighthawks Paranormal in March of 2022. This scary footage was filmed at the Blacksmith's Arms in the UK. The first evidence of paranormal activity occurs when the EMF meter sitting on a table starts going off.
It's very quiet at the minute. K2's going off. Going up to the red. Thank you for that.
Shortly after, the cameraman says he can hear talking.
I heard something. Gonna leave that sat there.
Later, they hear someone walking above them on the second floor.
Did you hear that then? There's someone walking above us. I don't even think they can get to this part of the roof. I think it's like a roof space up there.
Yeah.
A REM pod goes off in another room, suggesting that there are multiple spirits in the home. As the cameraman enters the next room where his partner is, the REM pod is triggered again.
Thank you for that. REM pod. Thank you.
While all of this is creepy, the icing on the cake is when a white misty shadow figure appears. This occurs in the doorway of a back room. You can vaguely see a white mist in the shape of a figure move past. Is this what's setting off all the paranormal devices? Whatever is causing it is sure gonna make our stomachs hurt. Number 6. Conjuring House. This house is conjuring up evil spirits. Published by SAW Paranormal in February of 2022 and originally posted to TikTok by Psychic Medium Alex. The video shows a dark and empty room. The cameraman is filming video of the hallway because something went off downstairs. As the camera turns away, an enormous shadow figure erupts from the darkness. The figure consumes the room and it seems like the people see it in the moment as they sound startled.
What's that? The
Flux went off.
The flux went off downstairs now.
Is this a shadow figure? A demon? We may never know. Number 5. Shop Ghost. This ghost doesn't seem very happy. Published by Beck Antiques and Jewelry Incorporated in January of 2022. This footage was recorded in Beck Antiques in West Edmonton Mall. The clip shows a ghost shopping angrily. The ghost appears to slam down a display of gold or gold-colored antiques on a table. Nothing is around the display to disturb the products, and a close-up of the action reveals that the items didn't fall over but were rather slammed down. Is an evil entity possessing these old-timey antiques? It seems like whoever buys them is about to star in their very own scary movie. Number 4. Screaming Tunnel. A creepy myth surrounds this old tunnel in the middle of the forest. Published by Looter8 Treasure Hunter in July of 2021, the YouTuber explores the haunted Screaming Tunnel at Niagara Falls. Once inside the creepy tunnel, the uploader attempts to summon the ghost of a young girl who, legend has it, passed away inside this tunnel years prior. He lights a match and asks the girl to blow it out. The flame immediately disappears.
There's a ghost here of a little girl. Blow this out.
Oh, look. Oh. That mean there's a ghost here?
Using thermal imaging, the father and son don't witness any others in the tunnel, but they wonder if the young girl blew out the flame. Was she there? I guess we'll never know.
Wait. Oh, there's Tyler.
Yeah, I
His, his glasses on. If there's a ghost of a little girl in here, show yourself on our thermal imaging camera. I don't see anything.
Number 3, the banging. Are you ready to be terrified? Posted to the oddly terrifying subreddit by Mene Get Steam. This horror will make your stomach hurt. The clip shows a light flickering in the hallway of what looks like a warehouse at night. A banging is heard in the distance. The cameraman slowly approaches the sound. That's when you see that the culprit is a red door at the end of the hallway, slamming open and closed repeatedly. As the cameraman gets closer, the light flickers on and the slamming stops, but then the light turns off again for a moment. When it returns, a security guard checks the red box and looks around through the nearby window and another door beyond, but nothing explains it. Although this seems authentically paranormal, Redditor LT Marks bursts our bubble in the comments with an article from Fantastic's Virtual Detective. This video is said to be filmed in the IML unit, a department of forensic medicine in Brazil. However, when a local team went to investigate the account, they found it was actually filmed at a school. On site, they discovered nylon strings attached to the door. While this blows our willing suspension of disbelief, the video still makes for some heavy nightmares. Number 2, One Night. This creepy footage captures Alex's poltergeist in action. In an additional video published by Gotico Alex 2 in October of 2017, a static camera captures the light turning on in the kitchen by itself. This is followed by a second light turning on and the kitchen door closing. You can hear some noises in the next room. But it's not clear what that is. The camera keeps adjusting, though it's not out of focus. After a while of this, suddenly the camera is thrown to the floor. What is in this house with him? Will this horror story continue? Most in the comments think it's only begun. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1, Figure in the Woods. Yet another reason to resent the woods at night. Posted to TikTok by El Kakoi TV. The crew is on a dirt path, and they seem to be calling out to a creature to lure it from its hiding place. Although there's no context to the clip, you don't need it to freak out about what you see next. A mysterious humanoid figure launches from behind a tree in the distance and climbs a hill beyond. A closer look shows its uncanny shape as it leaps out of sight. One TikToker, Joe Peak, says that at the end, she sees it jump on a tree. Do you see it too? I think I see what she's talking about. If a video is not available to the public, then you don't have to explain why it's fake, even when it really isn't. These are 30 scary videos that skeptics want deleted.